There we go. We're live. Says go live. How is everybody doing this morning? Well, we've had rain this morning. Let me mute that quick. Lots of rain. It just got done raining hard. So that's what's going on Siargao Island. Weather-wise, brought to you by your meteorologist, Philly in the Philippines, reporting live from Siargao Island. Take it back to you. What is everybody up to? John Badcock, how are you doing? I was just reading an article about how Palamo Resort there is in big trouble for excavating of the reef in front of their place. Many offenses in the past years too. Yeah. John, it's crazy. Everybody's build here. Siargao Island, beautiful island. When you get out, the nature's beautiful. Getting up in the mountains and riding around, riding the beach. It's a beautiful island. However, in your main resort area in General Luna, the resorts that sit on the beaches, they're not that nice when it comes to the sand, when it comes to the ocean. A lot of rock. When tide goes out, you're ankle deep in water. You got a lot of seagrass. It's only because the coastline there runs out rock-wise, and then it drops. And that's why you get a lot of the surfs, because that water comes in, and then they hit that drop off there, and they build up. But yeah, and I heard about that. I read about that. That was local here. And here's the thing. They're not being told on by contractors or by government agencies. They're being told on by the people of the island. The people of the island don't want that natural and that beauty that's there to go. And, well, I don't know. I haven't heard anything lately about that, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Nick Lopez. Howdy. How is Nick Lopez? Jason Pike. How are you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in, Scotty B. Scott B, not Scotty. Scott B, how are you? Hey, Brian from Botswana. We'll be coming up to your island in January for a few days. I hope we'll bump into you. Croker, you got to, hang on a second. Let me check this quick. All right. You got to kind of let me know when and where you're going to be. We're out here. Yeah, we take trips into General Luna here and there. Grab something to eat at least once or twice a week. We like to do that. Gets us out, gets us riding around. You have to tell us where kind of the area you'll be. Maybe we can grab breakfast. Mark Doyle, good morning, Mark. How are you? Slick Rick, how is Slick Rick from San Francisco, California? Thanks for stopping in, Rick. Slick Rick, you go to a lot of live streams. You support a lot of vloggers out there, and that's great. Guys like you. You don't care. You listen to what everybody has to say. You're old enough to say, all right, I like this little bit of what they had to say, but not this little bit. But yeah, it's like I still want to know. You go into one room that me and OPJ have been kicked out of. We can no longer comment. I want to know why. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, OPJ. How are you doing? No typhoon, earthquake, landslide, or rainy season. Just great weather almost always. Yes, Bruce. It is nice in Florida. I have a friend I went to high school with, married a Filipino. He was just over here, him and his wife, for a year, spending time with her family, with their little daughter. And he went back to Florida a couple years ago, up in Pennsylvania there. And he's like, I'm done with this rain. I'm done with this snow. His mother and father have passed on. Yes, he has brothers and sisters in the area. And he's like, we're going to Florida. and he loves it down there. He's in the Bay Area. You can't say Tampa. What is it? Tampa Bay. It's Tampa Bay, but he said you got to say it one way. If you say it the wrong way, they know you're from out of town. But yeah, he loves Florida. Loves Florida. Florida has the nickname the Sunshine State. You're correct. You guys don't get typhoons that roll through there. Maybe it depends on where you're located in Florida. But never say you'll never get a typhoon where you live or an earthquake, right? Now, a volcano may be a little bit different. Way out. Good morning, way out. Edwin watching from Southern Ontario. Scott B says, live there, and that is not true. Moved to Arizona and a lot more sunshine. We got a battle of the states going on. Florida versus Arizona. Edwin says, we have early snowfall or winter snowfall. Yes, I seen that. Even Pennsylvania had some snow up north. My mom told me, I just spoke to her, they had some flurries, a couple days of frost, but then now she said it's back to 50, which is how it kind of rolls season to season in Pennsylvania. Ricky USA, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Joe, how are you doing? Western PA, Pittsburgh area out that way. All right. Western PA, beautiful country out there. I used to love riding my Harley out there. Go to them back roads and up north and take that northern route, go to the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. Pennsylvania is beautiful when you get out in the mountains. It's beautiful. Luke, good morning from South Philly. You know what, Duke? The other day I was really, really jonesing for a cheesesteak, man. I can make a little cheesesteak here, had little cheesesteaks there, but I seen this post that said, if you move out of Philadelphia, you'll be searching for that perfect Philadelphia cheesesteak your whole life. And that is so true. They can only make them in Philly the way we know how and how we eat them. And I see commercials on TV about, or I'm scrolling through Facebook, and you'll see like a picture of, we call them hoagies. Some people call them subs, and it's just like the traditional Pennsylvania hoagie. And it's like, oh man, I just get hungry. And sweet bologna, there's this thing called sweet bologna. Those from the East Coast, I don't know if West Coast has it or not. Lebanon sweet bologna. I grew up eating that. It was dirt cheap. You threw some cheese, you grabbed some piece slices of bread, and I'm weird. I love mustard on my sandwich. Some people put mayonnaise on it, but that Lebanon sweet bologna, and you would take that and put Philadelphia cream cheese on it, a nice little layer. Then you roll that sweet bologna up, you cut it up, little toothpicks in it, and you serve it at parties. Oh, it's so good. Jones and some good like home food like that. And Thanksgiving coming up. Yeah. Victor, hello. Thanks for stopping in. Arturo, thanks for stopping in. I missed some of you guys. I apologize. I get talking. Scott B, nice to know I'm not the only one banned from places that I have no idea why. Yeah. Some people, I don't know. I did like running a channel, and you deal with a lot of things when you first start, and then as time goes by, you accept a lot more, and Then you just have ones that are just completely banned. You don't give a shit. They're never coming back. You know what I mean? My channel is open. There's certain vloggers that they can comment anytime on my channel. A lot of the real hateful trolls have been banned, but they've gone and made new channels. But yeah, we get banned from channels, and we don't know why. We don't know why. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter how hard we try, right? Zipper Zapper. Hello from San Diego, California. Hello, San Diego, California. Zipper Zapper. Zipper Snapper. Now, that reminds me of Whippersnapper, right? Whippersnapper. Growing up, my grandmother, Pennsylvania Dutch. He's a little whippersnapper, right? Whippersnapper. I think it had something to do with whipping, he needs his butt whipped or something. Whippersnapper. Mike, married to a beautiful woman. Brian, question, do you have knee problems or feet issues? I've been seeing you are limping. I had surgery years ago on my ankle, my knees, and everything like that. The damp weather and the rain always get in there, and I feel it. And with this damp weather we've been having, I get a little gimpy. A little gimpy. But thanks for asking. Scott B, remember the thick cut bologna sandwiches you pan fried in butter and then on some toast with some mayonnaise and mustard. And if you are bougie, you have a fried egg on it too. Oh yeah. We used to fry that bologna, fried bologna. Oh. Get it like a little crispy on the outside, maybe a little dark on the outside. But I was a bougie. I didn't have it with no eggs. Absurd Nerd. That's a different name. Good morning, young fellow. Long time since I have seen your live stream. Well, thank you for stopping in. Absurd Nerd. I'm a young fellow. Does that make you an old man? Thanks for stopping in. Scott Mason. I'm originally from Chicago, and I miss minced ham type of lunch meat on rye bread with mustard. We all have them, right? We all have those just food that we just have loved as a kid. And when you move away to the Philippines, you get a craving for them. You can get it here. Don't get me wrong. I would like a good pizza. You can get a good pizza here, but it's not like back home where you come from. Like Thanksgiving. This'll be, I'm an old geezer. All right. Hey, we'll all get there. One day I'll be an old geezer also, what was I going to say? I forget. It slipped my mind. My mind gets thinking I want to say what I want to say, but I'm talking. Slips my mind. I'm sure if I went to the doctor, they could diagnose me with what I have. Let's run some tests. Let's draw some blood. Let's do this. Let's do that. All right. Now let's throw them on some pills. I'm on 2 pills now to live. I don't want to throw another pills in there. I don't know if I should talk about pills. They might think, that's not, you can't talk about, like YouTube's weird. And then I take stomach pills. Yeah. I don't want to take a ton of pills. I miss Snowflake's roll. I miss snowflake rolls and dill pickles from the wooden barrel. I never was into the dill pickles. They smelt good, but I was never into the dill pickle. But I know what you're talking about. In the wooden barrels, I know exactly what you're talking about. Good morning, James Gilbert. How are you doing? All right, guys, we are 15 minutes in. I'm down at the bottom. I'm going through the as best as I can. We could keep talking about food and all that, but I want to talk about the subject. Philly in the Philippines YouTube channel only got big because of COVID-19 lockdown. I've heard people say that. I've heard other YouTubers say they only got big. Matter of fact, the one room I'm banned from, it only got big because COVID-19. Somebody mentioned that. Where was that? Somebody said, "Hey, where's your silver play button?" It was up here, and I brought it down there on a little candle. So there it is. But yeah, it is. You learn a lot. You go through a lot. You hear a lot, and it's like, and still to this day, I've heard it. I was watching a channel, and they were talking, and then my name got brought up, and then they had said about COVID, and everybody was just, he got big during COVID, and he's only big because of that. And it got me thinking, is that true? Like, is it true? Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, I picked up a lot of subscribers during COVID, and I thank you guys. Some of you guys are still with me. Some of you guys have left. But is it true? I mean, let me go check it out. I had a lot of people come up to me after COVID, the lockdown in Angeles City. Thanking me. Hey, thank you for keeping me sane, keeping me up to date with what's going on. And a lot of people, and I was happy to hear that. It's like, I'm glad I could provide some good information to you. Take it for what it was worth. It's just Angeles City coming off the lockdown. And of course, the bars. We had to know when the bars were opening. When can we get there? So I started looking into it. I'm like, all right, let me check this out. You got tons of subs even after COVID. Ricky USA, your channel started getting in 2017. And the V shop. So these are people that, I mean, Art Philippine Journey's been following me. Oh, Ricky, there's a lot in here that have been following for a while. So they knew pre-COVID, they knew after COVID, they knew like during COVID and everything like that. So I said, let me check this out. So I'm going to do this. Let me put this down here. I'm going to share this screen here with you. Let me, share screen. I'm not very good at this. Okay, share. Now, how do I want the layout to look? Where are we at? All right, I'm going to bring myself down, or should I just keep it there? Maybe we'll just keep it there. And you guys can look at my channel. So there's my channel, Philly in the Philippines. You can bring up anybody's channel. Their channel will pop up like this, Philly in the Philippines, OPJ, whatever. Hello, welcome to. You got a little welcoming thing you can put up, and then here, married and lit, and there's my PayPal link in case you would like to send me a little bit of, a little donation for keeping you entertained all these years. Tells you when your person joined. I joined June 28, 2015. It's 10 years ago. Now, I didn't really start getting into YouTubing until I hit the Philippines, of course. But there it is. 135,000 subscribers. 2,443 videos. Views. This is the views I've had in 10 years. 64,929,194 views. Yes, that's 64 million. So it's like, all right, I can understand that, but where did this come from? Like, when did this happen? I can't go into my system and say, okay, 2020 to 2022, like 5 years ago during COVID, how many viewers did I have? How many? You can't do that. It's impossible to do that. But the best way to actually find out is like to go in, and this is available for everyone. I can do this on anybody's YouTube channel. Is to go under here, here it is, Philly in the Philippines, my latest, popular, oldest, all right, videos, shorts, lives, all this is right here. This kind of gives you a small idea. So let's go to my latest video. All right, here it is. Here's my latest video. All right, I can see how many views I got, how many comments, and things like that. But here's the key right here. You can go to popular or oldest. I can go to my oldest video. I can go to the oldest video I ever have. All right. But here's my popular, and I bring that up. And here we go. These are the most popular videos Philly in the Philippines has ever had. All right. So it's like, all right, let's go back 5 years ago. So let's delete those videos that are popping up during COVID. All right. So here we're going back 8 years pre-COVID. Biggest video I ever made, 3.7 million views. That video I made 8 years ago got my subscriber base. It was like it was launched out of a cannon from like having maybe a 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. And it like launched it out of a cannon, like boom. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. It's kind of like, it's a video where it's like, oh, a lot of guys like, oh, how do I get a bar girl to pay me? In other words, thinking, oh, how do I get them to pay them? How do I get them to pay me to sleep with them? See, but I wasn't even thinking that. My wife was selling cosmetic products to the bar girls and they were paying her. That was it. But yeah, let's go through. Doggy style, W2F doggy style on the road, Angeles City, Philippines, doggy style, Angeles. Don't know why that one took off. I think that one went to where it was like limited ads, or I forget what it was, just because of what I used. There, I got a lot of subscribers. Then we go 5 years. I'm just going to show this here. 5 years ago, 7 years ago, monthly cost of 8 years ago, 3 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And, you're getting numbers, 276,000. Now like I said, you're talking the top videos all the way down and the views. You go down here 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Now this one here was the first one that popped up. And I remember that. The girl even was wearing a mask. For the right price, anything is possible. 233. All right, so there's one. But then you got a 9 year, 8 year, 7 years, 6 year, 7 year, 5 years. That was during the lockdown. I know for a fact. 7 years, 4 years. That was a lockdown one. But you can see, you can go down the list here and see that the majority of the videos that I put out were pre-COVID, that were bringing the numbers in and bringing the subscribers in. Like I said, it did help when COVID kicked in and people were sick. Of course it did. It's the being at the right place at the right time also. But I think it's funny when they say, he only got big because of that. He only got big because of that. 7 years, 6 years. Okay, there's one at 5. There's a 6. There's a 7 year, a 7 year, a 6 year, a 6 year, a 7 year, a 4 year, a 4 year. Okay, that was COVID. Getting our trike made. That was 5 years ago. I think that was before. She invited me into her bar for a good time 3 years ago, 76,000. You see what I'm getting at? So when people say that, they just say that. I don't know why they say that. Do they say that because, their channel didn't succeed, or their channel's not succeeding, or what? I don't know. I really don't know, but they say that, but they don't do their homework. They don't bring the paperwork when they say that. But you can see it. We can keep going down. But anyways, after that, let me scroll up here. After that, I hit let me remove that, bring me up. I hit like a wall where I was sitting at like 76,000 subscribers. It was just sitting there. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't picking up anything. So then YouTube, thank you, Sir Dave. I'm glad I got to look, or Mr. Dave. Thank you. I got to look over there to see your comment. YouTube was saying shorts. Who wears short? They were pushing it. So I'm like, all right, let me do some shorts. Let me just play around. And I know subscribers didn't really like it. Some did, some didn't. But it's a different niche for different people that watch the whole spectrum of internet. So I started doing shorts. Now, here we go. Let's bring back up my handy dandy little channel here. So here you can go to shorts, right here, shorts. You click on shorts. Then once again, you come down, you hit popular. So we're starting at my most popular short I ever made. All right. These are all after COVID. All right. My top one, Jerobel Walking Street, a captivating journey. I'm not going to bring it up. 6.5 million views. You guys get this. I think for every 1,000 views, you get like a penny. You don't make money off it. But, however, that video still makes me money today. 6.5 million. And there's a story behind that girl. One of these days, I will tell it. Lady Boy Can Dance, 5.9 million. Lunch Lady Special on Walking Street, 1.3. Dude Looks Like a Lady, 1 million. So right there, what do you got? 6, 10, about 13, 14 million views. And this is all after COVID. And we can go down and all my shorts and, and all that. And so right there, just doing that over here, let me remove that. Just by doing that, I'm not kidding, within 6 months, I went from around 70, 80,000 up over 100,000 just by doing them shorts. People subscribe. Now, do they watch the long form videos? I don't know. The idea was for you to put up shorts so then it would draw traffic to your long form video. But you got people out there that just only watch shorts. So that pushed me up to. That's why that is right there. Shorts pushed me up. And I didn't steal anybody's content to boost my numbers. There are YouTubers out there, and there's a way to do it. You can swipe somebody's content off of TikTok, make a little changes here, do a little changes here, and upload it as your own. And there are subscribers that have done it. To me, it's cheating. It's cheating. And I don't know. Did YouTubers, when I first started and all that, did we, look for the shortcut? Did we try to cheat the system? I can say for myself, I didn't. I think we've gotten better over time with trying to kind of understand it. But yeah, there it is, guys. There's my thought. It's for somebody to say, oh, you only got big because of COVID lockdown. Can you prove it to me? Can you show me it? Can you prove that to me? And like I said, thank you, Luke. My head is shiny. I can bring receipts. I can prove it to you. I think I picked up maybe some haters. What do we got here? A bunch of haters. Amenzo Amore, the wrestler with big Cass. Some of you might know who that is. I just say to him, and I just say to him, stop being jealous. And then again, I'm not jealous. I'm jealous of what? He only got big because he was here doing lockdown. Ah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The pace are right. What the heck? I'll tell you what Wise peso rate is. I use Wise. I really, there was quite a few money, third party place companies that a lot of people recommend it to me after my video. And I just went with Wise. It's basically, let's flip a coin. These people are saying it's good. These people are saying this is good. So I went with Wise, and Wise's peso rate to the US dollar today, it dropped slightly. All right. This is the Wise peso rate. If I were to send money to myself right now through Wise, the peso rate is 59.04 on 1 US dollar. That's good. Highest I've ever seen it. Since 2012, coming in and out. And then being here, coming up on 10 years, that's the highest I've ever seen it. I got excited when it jumped up to like 55. Yeah, 55. Yeah. And it jumped up to 56. And let me go grab and exchange some money. This is crazy. 59. That's a good rate. Really good. The best rate I've ever seen. Then again, you got to remember also, you could say, I was here in 1990, 1985, and the peso rate was this. And when I got here, the peso, you got to understand something too. Things are going up here in the Philippines. The cost of things are going up. Not to where you're looking at United States cost, but things going up. They just are. That's the way it is. And I know with tourism, a lot of people are, and I read this, I catch these tourist forums on Facebook, and I see it, and then I'll be like, wow, you got like, 5.4 comments. Let me go and look and see what people are commenting about the Philippines and tourism and travel. And you're looking at people that are international travelers. They're coming from other countries to the Philippines, Southeast Asia, wherever. You're not talking about the domestic traveler within the Philippines. And a lot of them are just basically saying, there was one about Bohol and like overpriced, and you're not getting your bang for your buck. And 3 years ago things were cheaper. 3 years ago, the vibe was different, and not everybody was out to get something from you. They were charging money to go into a historical church or something, and they're like, why? That's historical site, but these people want to charge to go in, and they're charging you for everything. And that's what's happening. The international travelers are seeing it, and they're like, I think I'll go somewhere else. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then you got ones they want to say how, oh yeah, tourism is up. Tourism is up. Okay. I see it with my own eyes. Unless you're working for the tourism industry. We got the boat. We got the boat that is coming in. I think it's supposed to be here Tuesday morning. The to-go boat out of Manila. wonder if they even. I wonder if they even set sail because we have a bad storm had come through here. Anyways, we'll find out. The savior of Sherriga Island. I'm going to go up there and see how many people actually get off the boat. Ah, ah. Where are we at? Absurd nerd. Brian, definitely remember watching your videos pre-COVID. I watched because I like seeing everyday life in the Philippines. Do not pay any attention to your detractors. Some people are just mean. Yeah, I, I, I just, I find it. Like I said, I wanted to, uh, and how many of them will actually take the time to watch this video? They won't. They won't. Do a video about me. Any YouTuber out there right now that is in can hear my voice, do a video about Philly in the Philippines and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And if nobody can prove me wrong, somebody must be right. You know, got numbers before COVID. It says on the stream, I don't know what it says is up to. Couldn't tell you. Um, there was talk about him coming back, and then I did a video, and then he did some video, and I think it was a teaser video. He might, he might even be. I don't know. He's the kind of guy. He's always, at least when I know him, he's always got to be doing something. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think he really has time for YouTube, and he's living his life. Scott B. Worry about those that cry about your channel will make you ruin your channel. Is that what I have observed? Oh, worrying, crying about your channel. Eh, like worrying about and crying about your channel, it can, I mean, if all your videos are like, "Ah, I don't even know why I bother to do this. You know, nobody watches me. I put a lot of time into this and I'm not getting it. It can, I mean, who wants to hear that? Um, over and over. Just keep going out and doing it. I always said, is is a person that has like a big head mixed with a narcissist, should they be doing like a YouTube channel? Because and they can control their real life. They have the ability to do that. However, they want to do it. It's up to them. When you go on YouTube, you can't control people to watch your video. You can't control people to comment. You can't control people to subscribe. They have to subscribe because there's something there. There's something interesting. There's something that grabs their attention. You'll have people that have watched my channel for years. There's even people now that I watch their channel. I don't subscribe. I go over and I watch their video. That's more important. That's more important when it comes to a channel. Getting views. That's the important part. And what's great when you've been doing this for 10 years or longer, you build a library. And those videos are still getting watched today. Some do, some don't. I can pull up in my analytics which videos are being watched, who's, how many views on it. And I'm getting views, like I said, from that biggest short I ever made today. And all them little, $5 here, $2 here, $10 here, $5 here, that all adds up every month. So you build a library. And that helps you also with your income. So those that are starting out, I just some people just they take off like go Joe go and that other guy, and then others work and they just the way it is. We can't control it. I My numbers are down. My video, I mean, Jesus Christ, I got like my last two videos like 3,000 views. 3,000 views, 100 and some subscribers, but only 3,000 views. I don't know what's going on. Couldn't tell you. All channels are like that. All channels are, I don't know, struggling right now. Some are, right? But I don't worry. Things will bounce back. Now, if you desperately are, if that is a major part of your financial income living in the Philippines, all right, you chose to come to the Philippines and rely heavily on that kind of money. And, hope you save money. You know what I mean? Um, I don't rely heavily on YouTube money. To me, it's your money. It's like money coming in. It's like a part-time job. You know what I mean? But yeah, uh, 10 years ago, one Canadian dollar was four 4,800 pesos. Not sure. I'm not good with like foreign currency exchanges and all that, and how their money works, and pounds and liter. I don't. The U.S. dollar, I understand that, and you'll learn like as you live here, like you'll look at something, and you'll be able to, in your mind, convert what it actually costs in U.S. dollars, give or take maybe 20 or 30 cents. It's weird. That's how I think. When I went back to the States, I was like, wait, how much is that? 1,000 pesos for a Snickers candy bar. You know what I mean? Take care, Mike. Thanks for stopping in. Um, you just do that. Uh, our first house in CDO cost us 34 Philippine pesos to the US dollar. Yeah, that how long ago was that? 34 pesos on the US. That's going back. I can remember the lowest in the 40s when I got here, 2012 maybe. But that was 12 years ago. Of course, prices change. The cost of things go up. Bruce, my first trip to the PI was back in 1998. It was on the 30s back then, as far it was in the 30s. See, yeah, I can believe it. Luke says, I still see the crypt keeper and his great granddaughter every time I go to S. Crypt keeper. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Luke. So the crypt keeper and his great, his, I think I understand. The crypt keeper and his great. Are you referring to like the crypt keeper, like the older crypt keeper and like the younger girl? You see him when you're in SM Mall? uh, Not sure what you mean there, Luke. We had a guy I work with, right? Charlie. His name was Charlie. This guy just looked old. He wasn't as old as he looked. Right? And this guy was energetic, and he was a good guy to work with, and he would walk outside, and I would tell him, Charlie, look up in the sky, and he'd say, for what? I said, make sure that the turkey buzzards aren't circling around you. You know what I mean? Like you're a walking cadaver. Ah, yeah. Subs pay nothing. Views are what pays. You are correct. Mountain Green says subscribe to Pop approximately 8 years ago. Thank you, Mountain Green. Greatly appreciate it. Chad is everywhere. Thank you, Chad, for stopping in. Well, Felly, we know your channel is something we come back to. It's developed. I enjoy the content of Shergar more than Angeles City. Yeah, I thank you for the kind words. Some people like me in the province. Some people like me only because I was in the city. My channel. Some people just roll. You got to roll with the changes, right? Wasn't there a song, Roll with the Changes? I'm here. I'm enjoying here. I'm liking here. It's simpler for me. It's more relaxing for me. Yes, it has its downsides, but to me, it has more of an upside at this point in my life than the downside. You know, it's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. Right? Good morning, Newfie in the Philippines. Good morning, Brian. The content you provided is what makes your channel a success. As I have said, watch your channel has provided me with knowledge that puts into practice. I have gained experience. Thank you, Newfie. Like I said, I, I, if I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. I'm not going to try to give you bad information. To where some people just give bad information. They don't give bad information all the time. They do give good, solid information on certain things, but then they give bad information on certain things. And like I said, my last live stream, there's people out there, there's people that want to come to the Philippines and they just get stuck and rely on every word that a certain YouTuber might tell them. And then the shit goes bad on them, you know? All right. Where are we at? What I thought you were talking. Philippines, you were talking about tourism. I was talking about the super old men with barely legal girls on their arms in SM. Yeah, you see it. And here's another myth that YouTubers will tell you. All right. It's a myth. Filipinos are okay with seeing a old guy, a crypt keeper, as Luke likes to call him, with a barely legal girl. The Filipino people, culture, and society, they don't care. They don't mind seeing that. You know, that's acceptable and all that. My wife has heard comments come out of other Filipinos' mouths, not about me and her, but the crypt keeper walking around Angeles City and other province areas and stuff, and in malls with their little, barely legal girl talk and like say how disgusting it is. So when they tell you that, don't believe that all Filipino people think that. That young girl thinks that, or little girlfriends think that, but the people themselves, they talk. They say things. You don't know what they're saying. Trust me, they do. It's just a fact. Accept it. Where are we at here? Chat is everywhere. Philly, what is latest on the new ferry terminal? If it's Visitations, or do I have to hang for the next installment of series? The terminal, Chad, I'm going to tell you what's going on with the new terminal, but promise to watch my video when I do a video about it. All right. Last week they were supposed to come in to the terminal here from Manila. direct shot down from Manila to Siargao Island, 24, 26 hours overnight. Drop you off. Then it's not a cruise ship. You're not going back to the cruise ship to spend the night at the dock. All right. Then you come onto the island, set up your, say, hotel stay where you're going to stay and everything like that. But you're going to be stuck here for a week, because the boat does not come back till a week later. All right. So that is forcing people onto the island. You know what I mean? But you'll love the island. But they canceled it because of the typhoon. Now, these past couple of days, we've had some very heavy rain. So we'll see if they cancel that coming in or not. That is going to be one of the issues that To Go Ferry is going to have to deal with, is the weather. Because Luzon right now is nice. The weather's nice. Siargao Island, we're coming into the hard rainy season. So that could deter a lot of boats from coming. And then just imagine that. What if you get down here for a week, all right, and you've paid for your week, and all of a sudden the boat can't come down, and you can't get on the boat till the following week? Oy, my gulay. Only in the Philippines. Only in the Philippines. I think ahead. But like I said, when you get here and you were to spend a week here and the boat comes the next week, it's a beautiful island. But sometimes the logistics don't make sense, because how are you going to get off the island? You're going to have to get on a boat. You're going to have to go over to Siargao City. You're going to have to take the bus ride down to the airport in Butuan. Then you're going to have to fly out of Butuan into Manila. So a lot of connecting parts that could go on. That's my escape plan. Got to have an escape plan. Nick Lopez. in my opinion, the reality and no fake BS of your videos attracts people to your videos. Showing the reality of the Philippines, its people, the flora, the fauna. One can learn a lot of what you present. Thank you, Nick. I was thinking this the other day, like to do another live video. Are expats just living in the Philippines, or like immersing themselves in the Philippines? As an expat, you can live in the Philippines. You know, you're used to your routine that you had from where you come from. Here I am. I have a subdivision. I have a house in a city. I have a condo. I have whatever. I get up in the morning. I have my coffee. Sit down, watch TV. All right, hop in my car, go to the mall, go grocery shopping, do this, do that. You have a routine, like you're living your life as a Western as you can in the Philippines, but you don't immerse yourself in the Philippines. You don't go out and be a part of walking around. I mean, that's to each their own. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have a Filipino wife, and hey, I'm going down to the province, or hey, we're having a party at the province, or and you want to go down and experience it, and and there's some that have, and it's like, all right, yeah, I've experienced, but you know what, I'm not going down there all the time. I'm not, but you have some that don't even immerse themselves. When we were in Angeles City, we went different places. I remember the one place outside Florida Blanca, the river that came down through, and these little cabins, and you could rent these little cabins and have a cookout, and get in the water and have the water. It's like playing in a creek, in a river, and like people don't do that. Like some expats just don't do that. To me, that's fun. To me, you're immersing yourself within the culture. You're being a part of the people. We went to that one water park in Mindoro with Hannah and Bing Bing and me and Lot, and it was the water came into the pools of water off the river, and like I was the only foreigner. I loved that. That was so much fun. And the people will make you laugh, and they make you, you know, they make you feel welcomed. And these are complete strangers out in the middle of nowhere in the Philippines offering you food. It I love doing stuff like that. To me, you're immersing yourself in the Philippine culture. Um, I just like that. Some people, I gotta hang out with expats. They're my only buddies. That's your life. If that's you enjoy doing that. Um, I won't be able to do it forever. You know what I mean? I can understand if you're an older expat and you can't do things like that. I physically or whatever. I understand that. Um, but yeah, I always like doing that. Here's another one. Ricky knows what's going on. Ricky's been seeing this for years. Ricky's been around for years. Ricky also has he's been to Angel City a few times. He's no rookie, you know. He's no rookie. Uh, he's followed YouTube channels. He's seen him come. He's seen him go, and he participates in channel chats and there's one right there. I've been watching you for over 8 years. I'm still waiting for you to tell me where I go to find the perfect girlfriend the day I arrive in the Philippines. Yes, there are channels out there that will tell you that. They play on the desperateness of guys that can't, I don't know, think out of the box, I guess. I don't know. I always said, you know, guys, one guy even join my bachelor course. Join Current the Frog bachelor course on how to prey on young, innocent province girl Filipinos. Join my course for $25. Like they put these courses out. All right. And these guys will take these courses. They will do these face to face live chats, and it's like, wow, are people that like just not have the common sense, I guess? Like, why would you take, like, no offense to, and I'll call him Geo on the go, Geo in the Philippines, whatever he goes by. Um, why would you take marriage or like dating advice from that dude with all his failed relationships? Like, why would you take any kind of dating advice from him, let alone pay him to give you advice? Look out for this. Here's the red flag. If she does this, do this. If she does that, do that. Do you ever think he's not the problem? Right? Do you ever think that? But because you've got that money, you can manipulate, you can twist, you can do things with that money. All right. You ever think the problem isn't the girl? It's the guy. And it's the guy who's getting advice from the guy who's in failed relationships. That's just one thing. I mean, Geo goes out, he does videos. I really don't watch him. Can he tell you how to travel around Southeast Asia? Yes. Can he tell you how to set up a bank account here in the Philippines, Southeast? Yes. He can do all those simple things. You know what I mean? Surviving and going through the humps and the bumps here in the Philippines. But dating advice? Uh, yeah. To get a certificate, yes. And you will get a certificate. Some of you guys know this joke and the comment I'm about to say, some of you don't. Your certificate, when you complete Kermit the Frog's #1 bachelor course of the Philippines, you will get a vibrating stainless steel egg. All right. In my course, I will teach you how to take a egg and use it as a vibrator. I know. Billy's talking crazy. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Others don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, guys. Mark King. Brian, I know I would not take any info about marriage from someone that has 2 ex-wives from at all. I have 2 ex-wives, but I won't give you marriage advice. I won't give it to you at all. Sometimes you come to the Philippines, the girl will just come. If you're looking for that love, you'll find it. You'll find it. You're just looking to have a good time, you can definitely find it. There's places you can go where you can definitely find where you can be Hugh Hefner. All right. There's guys that come to the Philippines because they want to be Hugh Hefner. Where do they go? Angeles City. That's what you want to be. But are you looking for love up there? You're looking for the right girl? You may find it. You never know where you're going to find it. But anyways, guys, Nick Lopez, that's my Kermit the Frog voice. Super chat not working. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Do you guys hear the rain? Rain, it just started within an hour. About an hour ago, we had it. Now it's again. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks for stopping in. I just wanted to, hey, prove my channel did not only get big because of COVID. Yes, it helped. Thank you all those that subscribed during COVID and are still with me and everything. I greatly appreciate it. But do your homework before you make a false statement in the court of law. USA. I'm going to leave Scott B. So are you one of those old dudes sitting in the Dunkin' Donuts kiosk saying hello to every Filipino that walks by? Ricky's got couth. Rick's got some couth. He don't sit at Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is the lower end. You've got to sit at the Starbucks kiosk. Because if you drink coffee from Starbucks, that means you're a rich expat. With that being said, guys, take care of yourselves. Thanks for stopping in. Even the candle blew out. So we will talk. Can you guys hear that? I don't know. Anyways, talk to you later.